lengthen the spine. Go within, and as you observe the breath, purposefully create a stretch along the lower back. Purposefully imagine that you can sense the mid-back and upper back responding. Then relax and lift your chin up a little bit. So familiar that the body responds without effort. Lengthen the shoulders upwards, looking downwards, leaning back, stretch your back out. Sliding forward. Flow the collarbone into. Repeat, lift the shoulders up, leaning back purposely. Inner arm shall sway from side to side. Forward. Ready? Sway from side to side. Sway the mid back from side to side. Upper back from side to side. Ready? Interlace forward. Push. To the floor behind. Pull the shoulder blades towards each other. To your right. Push. Overhead. To your left. Push. At your back. Interlace. Behind your head. Move the hands, heavy with the elbows. Be relaxed. Raise the chin up. Right hand over as I work mirror image. Lift your left ear up. Change it. Lift your right ear up. Be relaxed. Move the chin from side to side. Side to side. By the midline, move the chin forward. Ease the head from side to side. In a moment, you'll turn to the right. As I work in mirror image, look to your right turn. Suitably to your left turn. Both hands at back. Pull the shoulder blades forward at your palms. Round your back. Notice your right arm up as I work in mirror image. Stretch. Notice your left arm up. Stretch. Relax. Close your left nostril, breathe underneath the right. As you do, explore the lungs as always, natural potential. As you breathe, improve expansion and contraction. Upon a completed exhalation, release, opposite side. Easy. Improve lung conscious interaction. Low, mid and upper. Comfortably. Easy. Upon the completed exhalation release, bring the knees towards each other. Leaning back. Forward. Stretch your spine. Be relaxed. Lean back. Stretch. Forward. Stretch your back up. Release your hands as the knees move forward. Relax and sweep them from side to side. Comfortably. When appropriate, at your right, as I work mirror image, remain. Pull the left shoulder back. Then opposite side. Both feet at your back. Into a cat. Turn the gaze inwardly as you hunch the back. Lift your spine to your heels. Prepare the pedal up. Lift your knees. Pedaling. Walking forward towards your hands. Lifting your chin up when appropriate. Bending the knees when suited up and your back into this. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Forward. Up. Stretch your right side. Stretch your left side. Match your hips. By the ceiling lift. Match your knees. Look at your belly. Hip your back relaxed. Pedaling the knees one at a time. Be relaxed. Up you go. Thumbs at midline, circular. Thumbs out, circular. Thumbs up, circular. Thumbs down, circular. Change direction, up and out. Forward and in. Shake out, swing those arms around. Shake the wrist. Shake the fingers. Slow it down, opposite. Shake those arms. Ready? Relax. Hip width. Swing those arms overhead. 3 times. 1, gently down, comfortably. Swing those arms up, 2, down, easily. Swing those arms up, 3, down, effortless motion. Notice your back, supported. Bend your left knee, straight the right. Change, opposite. Bend both knees simultaneously, stretching your inner groin. Up, push your hips to your left as I walk mirror image around. Familiar. As often we replicate the sequence so we can become familiar with how the body works. Change to your right as I work mirror image. Across, repeat. Across and repeat. Notice your spine up, find your knees match, bend the knees, free the inner groin. Hold it there. Up, feet together. Curl your right toes. Lift your right heel, bend that knee, bend both knees, stretch the top of the right foot. Land that foot, lift your toes up. Change, curl your left toes, bend both knees, stretch the top of the left foot. Land that foot, lift your toes up. Feet together, prayer position. Exhale, curl your hips, tighten perineum. In breath. Beware those elbows, bend them straight down. Walk the right foot back. Land the knees, now work mirror image, lapel. Push your belly into that thigh. Tailbone to the ceiling. Knees to the floor, hips to your heels. Onto your belly. Up at your bar. Knee relaxed. Hunch that your back. Dip your spine, lift your knees. Add the right foot forward. Look at your knee. Push into that thigh. Feet together. In at your thumbs, up to your heart. Repeat up. Elbow flex straight down. Left leg back. Lower the knee, look down. Belly into that thigh. Tailbone to the ceiling. High. Knees to the floor. Hips to your heels. Onto your belly. Up at your palms. Be relaxed. Hunch at your back. Dip at your spine. Lift at your knees. Left foot forward. Look at your knee. Belly into the thighs. Feet together. In at your thumbs. Up. Slowly up. Keep your elbows straight. Turn the palms with a flat back fold. Add your right foot back. Land the knee. Match your arms up. Release your palms. Tailbone to the ceiling. Land your knees. Hips to your heels. Up at your hips. Forward at your thighs. Look at your feet. Add the right foot forward. Match your arms up. Release your hands, feet together. Swing the wrist forward. Complement your heart. Repeat up. Turn the palms, fold at your hips. Left foot back. Look at your knee. Up at your arm. Release at your palms, feet at the back. Down at your knees, hips at your heels. Up at your hips, forward at your thighs. Up at your knees. Left foot forward. Up at your arms. Down at your palms. Feet together, forward at your arms. Complement. Up, out. Right foot at the back. Land the knee. Up at your arms. Around. Tailbone to the ceiling. Down at your knees, hunched at your back. Look up, drop, slide. Lift your knees off the floor. Right foot at your thumbs. Up at your arms. Both feet at your thumbs. Bend knees out at your arms. Match your heart push, repeat. Hop around. Left foot at the back. Land the knee, match your arms. Both feet at the back. Land your knees, hunch your back. Dip your spine, drop, forward up. Lift at your knees. Left foot forward. Up at your arm. Both feet forward. Bend the knees out at your Complement your heart. Complement your hips. Complement your thighs. Widen your feet. Bend your left knee as I work a mirror image. Change opposite. Bend both knees, stretch the inner groin. Notice your right foot up, both hands there. Chin towards that knee. Left foot. Chin towards that knee. Both hands between bend the knees. To your knees, to your hips. Pivot your feet to the right. Bend that knee at your back interlace. Belly down, that knee straightens. That knee bends, push at the front. Interlace forward round your back. At your back release. Bend the knee at the left, match your thighs. That knee straightens up and outwards. That knee bends, push up, forward. At your back interlace, look between your feet. The knee straightens. The knee flex, push up. Walk the feet together. Circle your arms, right foot back, left hand, inner foot. Free the hip. Again, notice how your mind responds. Always remember, your life is simply replicating your mind, experiences, thought and accepted paradigms. Now, sometimes that may be a little uncomfortable to accept, but everything in your life, if one is to expand and understand the greater collective intelligence, occurs due to the fact that somewhere in your mind you approved of it. So the question is, are you willing to keep allowing the mind to approve without your conscious observation in the response, or are you willing to take proactive action? Or perhaps you have already. Straight knee, back or push up. Push up, push back. Right foot now, in the knee, relax that elbow. Now notice the ease that this hip responds. Confidently. What changes are you seeking to manifest? If so, how shall you access the mind in the fact that you shall allow that to become reality? Straight knee. Very important. Bend the knee outwards for your groin. Straight the knee. Let's add a push-up. Feet back. Push up. Up we go. Push back. Land your knees. Support your hips. Flatten your belly. Lift your sternum. Match your thighs. Seated. Look at your knees. And around your back. To the side with your feet. Left leg on top. Again, I'm working mirror image. Left palm around. To your right gaze. And again, utilize breath awareness. What changes are you setting into motion at this moment? Let's say you're wishing to stretch your back further than you are now. Why would you wish to stretch your back further? If so, then why did you not stretch it further a moment ago? Let it go. Lift your hips. Nothing occurs accidentally. Come down. Look at your belly. Round your spine. Everything has purpose. Up. Add the right leg on top. Turn to your left. Whenever you work to optimize the outcome by automating, meaning it happens automatically without you having to try. If you have to try, it means your mind has not yet accepted it. Let me repeat this. If you have to try, it means your mind has not accepted it. Again, review what's occurring around the entire planet Earth. And notice whether the majority of humanity are clear upon the objective and agenda. It is your life. Whatever you do with it, your choice, but do it to your best ability and enjoy the process. Let it go. Up you go. Coming down. Hug your knees. Let's just say all you eat was toxic foods all the time, and you never took care of certain nutrients that you need, or hydration and so on. What would you expect the byproduct of your life to be in a decade's time? In comparison to someone that began to take a little more care than you. Now let's say someone else took complete care of themselves, and you see the three individuals there. Where would they be in a decade's time? You must act to have proactive responses in a manner that's constructive. Swing your right knee. One moment of experience is worth far more than all the knowledge that's written in book form, or audio, or video chat. So what moment of experience have you chosen to have thus far? And what do you have to share with others? I'm always seeking inspiration. Bring the knees towards each other. Thus, my aim is to have greater clarity of my purpose and act in a manner whereby the future is far brighter than past. But that can only be a reality if I continue to work diligently daily. Right foot on top. Left arm around. Or around the knee, whichever is comfortable for you. Choose the hand position. Now remember, time wasted or past can never, ever be retrieved. So the question is, in the future, will you waste time or try to use your time proactively? Meaning if you choose to take time out, that's proactive, because you purposely chose to take time out. But if you chose not to take time out, if you did, then what messages are you sending to your mind? Let's look at success. What do you consider success to be? It's very important. Health. Is it physical health, financial wealth, emotional stability, mental clarity? What is it? Well, round your back. Well, if there is a higher force that you may consider the spirit or the God force of the angelic realms, how often do you interact with them consciously, not theoretically? When was the last time you had a visit consciously from what you consider an angel? Not from this physical world, a true angel that appeared to you. Back. Some say they have. Back. When was the last time you had a high, refined, intuitive thought where it changed your life pathetically? No. Sweep your right arm across. Changes do not occur accidentally. Your place of residence did not appear out of thin air. Someone had to have thought about it, design it, and the right tradesmen, engineers and architects had to be employed, whereby now you can comfortably be in that place of residence. Nothing happens accidentally. Your mind is no different to that home. Look into the archives of your mind. Have you set into motion what you thought? Was it still sitting out in the paddock? Relax. Bend your knees. Be proactive. Let's add a push-up. Push-up. Up you go. Be aware of your right arm. As I work mirror image, right arm up. To the ceiling. Let's add another push-up. Push-up. Yeah, be good. Be aware of your left arm. Left arm to the ceiling. Let's add another push-up. Comfortably back. Rest your knees. It's easy to dream because it doesn't take effort to dream, but it takes effort to put dreams into action. Look at your knees. Alright. Can you honestly state that you trust all information that you're being given in any form? If so, then well done in the fact that you come to some conclusion that we should trust something. Oh. But what happens if what you trusted in time does not work out as you had been planning and you were told a big lie? How would you feel? You should still feel good because you accepted the trust. Back. If you've been lied to and you accepted the lie, then when you find it's a lie, it should not bother you. If it bothers you, then when you accepted the lie, you were not very comfortable and conscious with yourself. If you've been told the lie and you stood up for yourself believing it's a lie, and when the lie has been proven the lie, you can be proud of the fact that you stood up for yourself. But if you've been told it's the truth and you do your research, and finally you find that you were not as clear as they were, then be proud of the fact that you were proactive. At least you did your research. Very nice. Who are you? Forward. spending time doing what we do every day. Just like why are we spending time now interacting with each other during this yoga practice? Somewhere in your mind, you may feel it's beneficial. If so, well done. As you act correctly. Straighten your legs. Adjust your sitting bones. Flow your arms to your legs. Look at your belly. One, lift your roof blade up. If there are any regrets in your life, the question is, be proactive and make sure there's no more regrets in the future. Lean back. Very important. Why would you continue to have regrets in your life if you weren't comfortable with regrets? Doesn't make sense, does it? Well, often it occurs. There's a saying, unfortunately, history continues to replicate itself century after century, generation after generation. Mankind continues to replicate the same even though they verbalize that they're making big changes. Alright. Stretch up. This is your life. So what do you think is around? Live a life of integrity. Bend the elbows. If your neighbour wishes to have a different diet to you, that's fine, that's their choice. But let's say they convince you to have their diet just because they convince you that it's the right diet to have, and you don't question it, how would you feel? Be clear here. The diet you have shall influence your physical body. The diet you have in your mind shall influence your state of thinking. Be wise. Time is at hand. Let's just say the tide is rising. Turn the bunk up. If you're not prepared as the tide rises, in the assumption that it will be fine, then sooner or later there may be no ground to stand on. Just the thing is that. They say the wise state when the tide rises, go to high ground. When it gets too hot, go in a place that's cooler. Unless you like the heat, of course. Yeah. Right. History repeats itself. One who's wise reviews history and acts in a constructive manner whereby the history that is occurring will not cause you the distress that will cause to many. Push. Across your foot. Let's say, the first time last century you knew there were going to be devastations in Europe. And you were given the opportunity to leave Europe to go to a tropical island. What would you have done? Would you remain in Europe in the assumption there'd be no devastation? Or would you have taken the opportunity to go to a deserted island, a peaceful island, whilst you had the opportunity? Relax. Many would not have assumed the atrocities that was up ahead. Because the average human mind cannot conceive until it has already passed. Be wise. Conceive wisdom. Well, there are numerous metaphors, but unless you act, it's just a metaphor. Relax. Be positive. Think with intelligence. Act with wisdom and integrity. You jealous towards each other. Pull your belly muscles in. Look between your shoulder blades. Stretch your heart center. First time come down, hug your knees. Your heart is not beating simply accidentally. The rhythm is not accidental. Your whole body is functioning now not due to accidental assumptions by your mind. It's working perfectly. Every single cell within your body is being given clear directive. Up. If you wish to restore health in your mind or in your body, you must act in that manner. Otherwise, it's simply an illusion of falsity, an assumption that things will work out by putting the head in the sand. Come down. Hug your knees. Lift your feet up behind your head. Hold it there. Push the heels away. Hold it there. How far can you slide your toes away from your head? How close to the collarbone can you make your chin? Now walk your feet to your right side as far right as you can. Slide both feet as far right as you can. Then slide both feet as far left as you can. And lift both legs to the ceiling. Adjust your hands as you prefer. There are numerous hand positions, so choose one that is comfortable for you. Lift up. As you breathe, push the hips up. Comfortably. Lifting up. Easily. Stretch. And onto your back. Knees are bent, soles and feet together. Elbows takes the weight, lift your sternum up. And push your chin. Stretch your heart center. Come down, hug your knees. Sit upright. What is happiness? What is the point of reading a book on spirituality, metaphysics, religion, philosophy, or psychology, poetry, if you do not act to achieve the sense of joy in pleasure reading? Imagine if you loved to go to the tropics, you've read so many books, watched so many videos, listened to so many lectures, but you've never taken the time to organise yourself to go there. What's the point? You can daydream, but sooner or later you have to act. Be positive. Relax. Let's add a push-up. One easy push-up. Up we go. Right toes upon your left heel, meaning the left foot is on the floor. Push up. Up you go. Left toes upon the right heel, meaning the right foot is on the floor. Push up. Lower your knees. Complement your heel. Seek pure happiness, not temporary satisfaction for the ego. Up you go. Support your back. Pull your belly in as you stretch your heart center. Keep pushing your sternum forward. Across your thigh. Look at your belly. Round your shoulder blade. Up. Slide your right foot to the right as I work a mirror image. Beside your jaw, left arm. Beside the ear, left arm. Behind the ear, left arm. Left hand. Right arm beside the jaw. Beside the ear, behind the ear. Both hands to the right foot. Chin towards that knee. Up with that. With. Support your back. Side your belly, lift your sternum up. Across your side. Left foot out. Right arm beside the jaw. Beside the ear. Behind the ear. That arm down. Left arm beside the jaw. Beside the ear. Behind the ear. Both hands to the left foot. Chin towards that knee. Relaxed. Support your back. Then your elbows will land on the palms across your thighs. Land on your palms. Lift your knees. Easy push up. 1 of 3. Second of 3. Third push up. Lower your knees. Complement your heel. Remember, the future is not that far away. And one day when that future finds you, be proud of the fact that that future is a byproduct of your past influence. Thus act in a manner that has wisdom, integrity. Otherwise, in time to come, you look back and you would say, I woulda, shoulda, coulda. Pull the belly. Let's say there was a new share on the stock market launched, and it would cost you 50 cents to purchase one share, and you knew that that share would be worth $1 million in the next decade. Would you take the time to purchase it? Would you think about it? Would you act instantly? You're worth far more than that share. Remember, you're worth far more than all the gold that exists on the planet Earth. But you must access it. Simply walking on it shall not suffice. You must access it. You have it within you, but you must be diligent in your work to bring it out. Then you must first and foremost know what is the difference between fool's gold and real gold. Let's say you came across a nugget of gold. Would you know it's a nugget of gold? You can assume you know, but ask a person that's a prospector or mine. They will tell you. Relax. Look at your belly. If you do not use your wisdom within, someone else will take it on your behalf and use it for their self-worth. No. If you do not use to your advantage what is given to you by the divine, someone else will take advantage of it. Remember that. Thought. It's just like that. Sit comfortably. Look at your belly round your back. One of two. If you stand them up to your right side, Lee, Lord, are you wise? If not, then you must question as to what have you done with your life. Lord, for what reason do you assume you're not wise? Who made you feel inadequate anyway? The moment you think of wisdom, you must step up and say, yes, I am wise, Lord. If not, what would you consider as wisdom? Close your left nostril. Wisdom is available to every living human being. Now, the moment you sit is your back round. It should be automatic. The moment you sit, your back should be upright. Because you're training yourself to make sure the energy moves correctly if you believe there's energy within you. As you complete the exhalation, breathe across the opposite side. Easy. Watch ease the breath flows to the lungs. Shortly, we shall rid the lungs of all the spent breath and hold without breath for a few moments. As you complete the exhalation, bring on board a smile. Look above your right ear. Look above your left ear. Look behind your right shoulder. Look behind your left shoulder. Look at your nose. Now let's prepare to rid the lungs of spent breath. Take a deep breath in. Through your mouth. Exhale it out. Pull your belly under your ribs. Squeeze. Relax. Second of three. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze your belly under the ribs. Squeeze. Relax. Third time. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze your belly under the ribs. Squeeze. Confidently. Relax. Choose one hand, middle index down. Alternately breathe. Watch you use the breath waves. Time waits for no individual. Every second passed is 1 second that you shall not be able to reclaim again. Now let's say you wish for the next 24 hours to just chill and do nothing and relax. Meaning you may simply just choose to sleep. There's nothing wrong with that. Because you were acting proactively because that was your decision. But let's say you decided to do something but you found that you found yourself asleep. Then you're going against your own free will. Which means in time your mind will not listen to what you have to say. It's very important. Be very clear. We don't have to achieve everything in one day, but you must have a plan for life. At conception, you cannot see the body of the fetus, or the embryo, the child, and the adult. But you will find from that exact moment, the cell shall divide and multiply. The embryo shall be formed, and the fetus shall be formed, and the baby shall be formed, and the child shall be born, and the adult shall continue its journey until its last exhalation. Be wise. I'm sharing this with you with love and support due to the fact that unless you think for yourself, someone else is going to think on your behalf, and never assume someone else has your best interest in mind, even though they may come across as though they have the best interest in mind. Know your own worth. Then stand up for what you believe in. But without ego, vanity, with your soul integrity, who are you really? If you're wise, then how blessed are you? For wise beings think with clarity, intelligence, and wisdom. They never act irrationally. They're aware of all their actions and non-actions. Comfortably. Keep breathing alternately. Lower lungs meet than upper lungs. Keep breathing. Even. Lower lungs meet than upper. Keep breathing. But as you breathe, go within. If you've not yet committed yourself to taking the best time in thinking on a daily basis in regards to who you are, what you believe, what you've been told, and how you should respond and make it happen now. Do you accept everything you hear on the news? Do you think everything you see on the billboard? Do you believe everything someone tells you? If you do, well, perhaps Disneyland may be a good place for you to visit. Side to side. Side to side. Side to side. There's a wonderful story called The Wizard of Oz. Imagine what Toto would think if you could talk. Side to side. The question is there a wizard in Oz? Side to side. And I believe there's no place like home, yes? Side to side. Be wise. Very important, especially at this crossroad in human exchange. Never assume that the river that you're on shall take the ocean just because the river's flowing. Check the origin of the river and be very clear of its destination, because once you're in it, it takes effort to come out of a river that's moving at full stream and strength. Be wise. And as you complete the next exhalation, bring on board a smile, place one hand upon your heart. And for the next few moments, go within and fill your entire mind with pure self-worth. If you do not have clarity as yet in regards to anything in your life, take this opportunity to call upon your higher mind to step forward and give you some signs that you're on path, that you're on track. Let's say you're driving a car and you're not sure where you're heading. You just blindly drive. But if you travel the same route every day, then you can relax because you're aware of the signpost. But let's just say you miss a turn. What do? Do you keep driving? Where are you on your road? Are you aware of the signpost? Remember, do not listen to what I consider as the masses, unless you wish to go to mass, of course. Be wise. Act accordingly, with wisdom, intelligent logic. Never assume you know everything until it has been proven to you categorically, unconditionally. Be wise. Take a loving deep breath in. Bring on board a loving smile. Remember, it's how you think and act and respond that should bring about the outcome in your life. The future is bright, but it's up to you whether you look at the sunrise or the sunset. Remember, you are at a crossroad on this planetary exchange at this moment. Never assume that the future shall find you without you doing anything. You can, but be proactive. Take a deep breath in, and until we interact again, may your life be filled with joy, with clarity and wisdom. Hariom Tatsa.